Now stay tuned to the following radio broadcast.
You're listening to the Victory Station, AM 1360. We're glad you chose us. Thank you.
It's Impact with the Florida Star, the largest, oldest, and most read African-American newspaper in Northeast Florida and South Georgia. And now, here's the host, the publisher of the award-winning Florida Star, Clara McLaughlin.
This is Opio. Welcome to another episode of Impact. First, we're going to talk about HBCUs, and then we're going to deal with the problems and the process of the adoption system right here on Impact.
Call 766-8834. The Florida Star. Speaking truth to power.
Buying that baby stuff, I take care of that baby. If y'all was gonna take him for being abused or something like that, just don't take. Listen, just don't write me off like that. Who do I got to call? Who do I got to talk to? Please don't do me like that. I love that baby. My kids love that baby. They never gave me no court date for that baby. Got to go. Oh my God.
Dear General Magistrate Nancy Wilcov, I wrote a letter to you but never received a response. I was crying and felt desperate. Then I wrote to you because my child was taken away from me. Uniformed police officers and a government social worker came to our home to admit the baby that has been in my care for over 6 months. So maybe if you never received this letter, it is good. Can you imagine having a baby that you mother and love and spend so much family time with suddenly snatched from your family? My name is Joyce Jones. I am the aunt of Josiah Mack. I presently live in Jacksonville, Florida. I am sorry that the biological parents were not able to keep him. His mother asked officials that I take care of the child. Josiah was placed in my custody. He was 1 month old. My family and I were excited to have him at our home. I jumped at the chance to take him in as the relative caregiver and immediately told all who listened that I would be adopting him. However, the agency decided it would support giving Josiah to a family who are no relation to him. Even if you do not want me to adopt this baby, I have other family members that are willing and able to adopt him. When I went to the court and looked you in your eyes, I felt so far away from your spirit of communication. I felt that this perfect white family was deemed humans in a world where you as a white woman can more relate and me just a thing with no feelings. You may be the most warm person in the world you occupy, but this is how I felt at the time. My family is hurting. I have never been on drugs. When I was asked to take him in, I accepted and planned to adopt him. I awaited on correspondence from the adoption agency and the DCF social worker. Each visit from the garden at Lyden was a positive one until the day they came to remove Josiah out my home. No paperwork, no judge order, just 2 cops and the social worker. I begged and cried, please don't take my baby. Anything you think of that was wrong could be fixed. I asked the social worker if I could write the judge, but was told there was no reason to write me because you would not change your mind. And she doubted I would ever get to see him again. I am told that you have the power to make this right. He belongs with his birth family. He was very happy, spoiled, and well taken care of. And DCF never gave me 1 penny. I provided for him out of my pocket. I know that you signed the order giving them permission to remove him, but they also could have left him with the family who knows and love him. The new family got to see how much stress Josiah is going through because he does not know them. He may be in a good home, but not a better home. I pray that this letter makes it into the most caring parts of your heart. Joyce Jones.
Opio. I am speaking to Joyce Jones. She is the auntie and the now former caregiver of Josiah Mack, and there's a campaign going on right now, Justice for Josiah. How you doing, Miss Joyce?
I'm doing good.
All right, so tell us who you are, tell us where you're from, and who is Josiah Mack?
My name is Joyce Jones. I am from Gainesville, Florida. Josiah Mack is my nephew. He's my brother's son.
Okay, and you were keeping him, and all of a sudden the people from DCF came with police officers, and they took the child away from you after you had the child for months and months and months, since the child was a month-old infant.
Yes, and the funny thing about it is his mother, her rights are terminated, but she called me like a week in advance and told me that DCF was coming to take the baby because I shouldn't have had him in the first place, and things wasn't working out with us. And I didn't believe her, and then a week later, they showed up.
So they can actually show up to your home, and just with police officers take a child away from you without any court order or anything? Did they have a court order?
They didn't have a court order. They didn't have a search warrant for my house or anything. They just showed up, and they just said, what? At first, they went to the daycare center. And if it had not been for the daycare center lady, I wouldn't have known anything about it. They had plans to snatch him from the daycare center. And there was nothing going on in my house. He wasn't in any hurt, harm, or danger. He was well taken care of. And, they just showed up at my house and demanded the baby with no paperwork.
Why do you believe they went through all these lengths just to take the child away from you?
Well, I think that they had promised this baby to a white family. They kept me out of the spotlight as far as court and everything. They wasn't cooperating with me. They just basically gave me the baby. I was under the impression I was going to adopt the baby. Then one day they just showed up. They had no intentions to give me the baby. They just actually followed protocol. Since a family member showed up, they gave me the baby. But their whole intention was to take the baby, give it to another family.
So is the other family, they say the white family, are they related to the baby at all?
Not that I know of, not to my knowledge.
And you are related, and you were actually keeping the child?
Yes, and they came and took the baby. It was like 3 days before he became 7 months, if I'm not mistaken, because he said if a baby is in your house more than 6 or 7 months, it becomes permanent residency. So they snatched him up really quick before it becomes permanent residency.
Oh, man. Goodness. And so you had the baby from 1 month to the child was 7 months. And so there's a strong bond that happens when you have a child for so young, and then ultimately, months that you've known that child, most of that child's life at that point. So tell us about the day that they came by and they took the baby. Tell me what happened.
Well, it was about around 7 o'clock, and the daycare center called me, 6:30, 7 o'clock, and she said, "Hey, Joyce, 2 cops in DCF just left here, and they were asking about Josiah Mack." And she said, "I told him he wasn't here, that he was out sick." So I began to panic, and I started shaking, and I was like, "What's going on? What's going on?" I woke everybody up in the house, and I ran outside to wait on them, and sure enough, they showed up, and they just demanded Josiah. And the funny thing about it, she said they was picking him up because of miscommunication. And I was begging and pleading. And I said, "Well, miscommunication, what are you talking about?" And, they didn't explain too much to me. I talked to the supervisor, and their whole thing was it was miscommunication. I've never heard of nobody picking up a baby for miscommunication. And another thing, after they took the baby from me, I felt like, it's almost like somebody being arrested. You're getting charged with something. I never had a chance to speak or correct myself, or they never told me what was wrong. Only thing they said was miscommunication. And they just snatched the baby, and that was it.
Okay, so you have a story about finding out about court. How did you find out any of the court dates after that point?
Well, after they took the baby, I had spoke with the supervisor in Jacksonville, and I was on the phone with her, and I asked her when was the next court date, and she told me it was September 7th. And basically that's all I knew, was the next court date was September 7th. And she said I could show up, and she said that I needed to seek counsel. So I got an attorney and I showed up in court. But other than that, DCF the whole time. The lady came to my house. She never told me anything about court. Even the caseworker from Gainesville, I asked them to show me her record, show me what she texted me, show me what she called me, to prove to them that they never told me anything about court, because I have my records. Everything that they have against me, I can prove it. I have backup.
So you go to one of the court dates. There's a court date that you went to with your attorney. What happened and what was going on in that court?
When I went to court, they called my nephew's name, and my kids were there. We came up front. We stood with everybody else. The potential parents was there, the white family, and DCF, and excuse me, the adoption agency. They were, all of them were standing together. And me and my lawyer, we stood in the middle. And the attorney for the baby and the guardian ad litem, they stood to our right. Well, the judge, she looked at us, she said, and who are you guys? And he said, well, I am blah, 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 and this is Joyce Jones, the maternal auntie of Josiah Mack. She said, well, what are y'all doing in my courtroom? What are y'all even doing up here? Y'all have no ties to this case. And, she was really rude to us, and I wish that they could replay that the whole day, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. She told us to sit down. We could sit down, and that was it. My attorney and we sat down. Court started about 10 o'clock. It was over about 10:04. She was smiling with the potential parents, and she was really nice to them, and they smiled together, and she acknowledged them, and asked them, hey, do y'all want this baby? They were so happy and excited. Yes. Do you want to keep him in your home? Yes. Do you plan on adopting him? Yes. So she says to me, why are we even wasting our time with her anyway when the baby has been taken out of her home? Court was over.
How are your children handling all of this?
Well, my kids was crying. We left out the courtroom. We never, because it was a bad thing, we never got to say anything. It's almost like, they treated us like we beat this baby up. They hiding this baby from us, won't let us have no contact with the baby, and we haven't done anything. They haven't let me talk one time. She says I have no ties to this case, but I had this baby in my home. How you gonna tell me I have no ties to this case? This baby was in my home. And then they tell me to fill out the adoption package, take pride classes. They tell me to get a baby bed. I did everything they told me to do. And now to the last, I told everybody, watch this something throw me out. Just as sure, they threw me out. They said, after I went and got fingerprinted, I did everything they told me to do. They came back with the judge declined your home study.
And so now you have another relative that is qualifying, is attempting to qualify to keep the child?
My daughter, but they are going to disqualify her as well. She's going through everything that I went through, but they already made up their mind. The way the judge looked at that couple, they was relating to each other. It was almost like they sit down and drink coffee together. They have no intention on giving us this baby. And they wrong for what they did. They took the baby for nothing. I never had my chance in court. I never got to speak. I never got to clear my name. I wrote the judge a letter. She never responded, and I told her that I felt like they was discriminating against me, and I wanted to clear my name. I haven't heard anything.
Now you have a campaign video coming out on it. You had a GoFundMe page. Tell me about the activism, the things that you're doing around this to make sure that people know what's going on.
Well, posting a lot on Facebook, going to the newspaper. You know, I tried the news, but they didn't want to get involved. I'm just doing a lot of speaking, and I'm staying on top of things.
All right, Miss Joyce Jones. And so if people wanted to find out more about it, I know on Facebook there's a Josiah for Justice for Josiah page.
The number
people
you have
want to
dialed
find
is
out
not
more
in
about
service at
this.
this time.
Who can they call? Is there anything where else they can go?
They can go to my page, Justice for Josiah, or they can call me at 904-790-9354, 904-790-9354.
All right. Thank you, Miss Jones. Appreciate it. And this brings us to the end of another episode of Impact. That was Joyce Jones and her Justice for Josiah campaign right there on Facebook. You'll be able to check it out as well as on YouTube. And before that, we got to talk about HBCUs, historically black colleges and universities. Where else are you going to get this type of good programming? Right here on Impact, as well as we put this show on Star TV. Make sure you pick up a copy of the Florida Star newspaper. See you next time. This is Opio on Impact.